Alright guys and girls, welcome back. It is 3:50. It's just finished the first half of the game between Spain and Russia at the moment. And I'll tell you what, first half of this World Cup match, absolutely fantastic, of the final 16. Now, at the moment, in the first half, Spain have been kicking Russia's ass all over the place. And I think I'm not too sure if it's because, not Spain, but Russia, I don't know if it's their formation. Is it? The formation is 4 at the back, 3 in the middle, 2 and then 1. I'm not too sure if that's the actual formation or not, because it seemed there was 4 at the back defenders, unless they moved up to 3. Anyway, I don't know if that's actually their formation at all, but I'll tell you what, in the first half, they were dominating the Spanish, and they were kicking their asses. They managed to get a go, and I can't believe on this ridiculous... I mean, the thing is, Russia, right? Russia ends up doing a header by their go in the penalty box, does a header, and then gets the elbow, right, of Piqué, his elbow, his arm or whatever, and does a header on it. And I'm thinking, why does these Spanish guys and girls, right, why did they get penalised for it? I mean, come on, it's the actual Russians who are literally headed it onto his arm. So I'm thinking, why is that other person, that other team being sort of penalised? But at the moment, it's 1-1. There was some great footballing skills in there as well. I mean, to be honest, I don't really understand a lot of the football that much, but I do like the football skills in it. My God, the Russians, though, on the skills near the box in that, there's this one Russian just a minute ago, literally circling about 4 or 5 of the Spanish players. And I think we've got Sergio Ramos in it from the Spanish, and we've got a lot of the other defenders there as well, and the centre-backs. And they're just fantastic. I mean, they've got all of them at the back, just protecting their goal. But with that, David De Gea couldn't stop that Russian from getting that football into the back of that penalty box net. Absolutely brilliant. It's a good first half though. Definitely like it. I'm hoping the Russians will win and beat the Spanish, because then I would like to see if England does get into the finals. If they manage to, that's going to be a big if. But, I mean, their skills. To be honest, on Thursday, the 28th of June, when England was taking on Belgium, obviously, they lost for a reason. And I think it's because they're holding back some of the great footballers. And there's some great ones there. We've got Harry Kane and the rest of the guys there as well. Some of the best players. So they're holding the best players out until, I think, was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's really good. But I like some of the skills on the Russians. My God, they're fantastic. Fantastic team. But I wouldn't say they're solid base like Spain. Spain's solid. They're literally very good at attacking and stuff. And when they attack and then do all these like bloody passing, the passing is just like top notch. But, oh my God, yeah, and then a couple of collisions as well, where we had one of the Spanish and, actually in the box, in the penalty box area, or the goal box, we had that Russian bloke and one of the Spanish guys, who actually the Russian bloke actually knocked it into his own goal, so it wasn't actually, the first goal was done by their own goal, so it was an own goal in the first half. But luckily, the Russians made a comeback due to the penalty, which actually shouldn't have been a penalty, because I'm thinking, if the Russians are knocking it into the back of their own goal, or not actually in their own goal, but it hits the elbow of the Spanish, I'm wondering why the Spanish are getting that fault for you. I know you're not supposed to do handball and all that, but you think if you'd done it deliberately yourself, if your own team did it, and you literally picked up the ball and that, that's fair enough. But if you're doing it to the point where it's not, and it's an accident, say if one of the Russians actually did it, or one of the other countries did it, right, and they headed it, and it hit the other side of the country's footballer, then that should be penalised to the Russians. And he got a yellow card for it as well, that Spanish player. But a brilliant game though, brilliant first half. I could not wait for the second part of it. But guys and girls, if you watched the first half of this, definitely let us know in the comments below. I think it's fantastic. This is what you call great football here. So with two great teams. They're great teams, both of them. You could not diss them at all. I mean, you've got Sergio Ramos, and then I don't know this like the Russian players, or in much of the Spanish ones, but Piqué is really good for the Spanish, and Sergio Ramos, and then we've got David De Gea as well, the goalkeeper and all that. But yeah, let us know in the comments, who is your favourite Spanish player, football player, or Russian player? Let us know. Cheers for watching, guys and girls. This is the first half for the 1st of July 2018.